Welcome to the channel, guys. This is Jay Mancini, where we keep the wheels rolling and the cash flowing. All right, guys, so they're always asking me, Jay, should I drive for someone or buy my own truck first? Which one should I do? So today I'm gonna give you the upsides of both, and I'm gonna let you decide. And again, make sure you comment below and let us know if you've already been in this situation, what you think and what you've gone through yourself, so that everybody else can also get some of your feedback. All right, guys, so let's get into the upsides of driving for somebody else. So number one, guys, experience. Now, experience, as I've said this before, guys, if you don't already know, for myself, is the key thing, right? If you are gonna drive for somebody else. Why, guys? Well, quite naturally, when you're driving for somebody else, there's several things that you're gonna get when it comes to experience. Number one, guys, you're gonna get to decide, first and foremost, is the dump truck business really for me? Well, if you're driving for somebody else, you may find out 30 days later that the dump truck business may not be for you. Now, I'm being real straightforward with you. Why? Because this is key, right? You don't want to go off and buy a dump truck and then figure out 30 days down the road, maybe this is something I don't want to do. So, again, being an advantage of getting the experience when you drive for somebody else truly is finding out, is the dump truck business really for you? Well, you may get 30 days down the road and say, you know what, I really like this. I really enjoy driving a dump truck. I can definitely see myself buying a truck, and that may be great. However, you may be the guy that you think it's gonna be great, and then you get into a situation where you say, man, I don't know if I can really do this for the next year, 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years, or, make a business out of it. Guys, this is key because you're getting to know first offhand if you even want to get in the dump truck business before you make an investment. Now, you already know that a dump truck can be a costly investment. So with that being said, guys, experience is number one when it comes to upsides and driving for somebody else. Number two, guys, you're gonna get experience by learning from whoever hires you. Now, if you're being hired by a big company, you may not get the experience that you want. But one thing I highly suggested before is that if you do drive for somebody else, if they have a smaller fleet, more than likely, you're gonna get a one-on-one, you're gonna get more personal attention from the owner or whoever manages that fleet, and you're gonna get to learn from them. As you know, that's gonna bring a lot of value to you and gaining experience in the dump truck business. Number three, guys, another way that you're gonna get experience is by also networking and talking with other owner-operators while you're on the job. Meaning, if you're driving for somebody else, well, more than likely, and quite naturally, you're gonna be working right out of a quarry or a pit or a gravel or asphalt supplier, whatever the case may be. You're gonna have other owner-operators out there. Well, this is a good time for you to network with them, meaning get their phone number and talk to these guys. And one thing I would do is ask them the following questions. Where are all the pits? Where are the quarries? Where are the suppliers located? Which ones stay busiest? Which ones hire throughout the entire year? Which ones pay better? And the same thing you can ask them with contractors. Hey, what contractors have you worked for in the past that keep you busy, right? This also starts to expand your network while you're getting experience and you're starting to learn more about the dump truck business itself. I would even go as far as asking them how long they've been in the business and asking them the following question. What are the three things you've learned the most in the dump truck business? Why? Because this person, if they've been in business, let's say 3 years or 5 or maybe 10 or more, they're probably gonna give you some good information that is definitely gonna add to you and you getting experience as a driver, but not only as a driver, but potentially as an owner operator. And as they say, guys, experience is the one thing that money can buy. So with that being said, that is the reason why I put experience as number one when you drive for somebody else. Now, going to number two, guys, money. Now, we know money's a big subject. Money's gonna tie in with what we just talked about, experience. And money means knowing the market and knowing your value in the market, meaning how much do I charge? How much am I supposed to get paid? Is it $80 an hour? Is it $100 an hour? Is it $80 a load or $100 a load, depending whether you're working by the hour or by the load, right? So these are things that you're gonna learn, right? And that you're gonna know when it comes to money and you getting to know the business when you're driving for somebody else. So I believe that this is something for you to keep in mind, because if you're doing this while you're driving from somebody else, down the road, when you have your own dump truck, you already know these things. So is that beneficial? I leave that up to you. One example that I can give you guys is some of the drivers that we've had in the past. They come, they drive for us for a year, 2 years, some even 3 years. Then eventually what they do is not only do they get the experience to get to know the dump truck business, but most importantly, they also save up money, and then eventually they buy their own dump truck. And then the next thing they do is they ask me, hey, Jay, I saved up money. Unfortunately, I'm going to buy my own truck, so I got to leave you. But they asked me for work, right? And they asked me, hey, Jay, will you give me work? And of course, I'm all about progression. So of course, if I know the person, I'm definitely going to tell them yes, and we definitely give them work. And now, instead of working for us as a driver, now they're working for themselves as an owner operator, but they're still working with us and helping us on the same jobs. So with that being said, guys, that ties in with money, and that follows up with the next thing. Contacts and connections. While you're driving for somebody, guys, you can start to compile a list of contacts. You can start to build those connections, right? So that in the future, when you do have your own dump truck, you already have a list of contacts. You already have connections in place. And what this means, guys, it simply means one thing, guys. It's going to more than likely catapult you to have success right off the bat, right? Because you already have contacts, you already have connections, you already have experience in the business. So this is really important, especially when you're going to make a big investment on a dump truck. With that being said, that would also help you build rapport on what suppliers are hiring throughout the year, which suppliers pay better, meaning what gravel yards or what asphalt suppliers pay better rates, who keeps you busy, what contractors are keeping you busy, or what brokers are keeping you busy, and who pays better. And not to mention, what kind of work may suit you best? Is it by the load or by the hour? Is it by the ton? So with that being said, guys, that ties into the contacts and the connections that you can build while you're working for somebody else, all while getting paid, and you're learning more about the business itself. And with that being said, guys, that leads me to number 4, resources. Now, what do you mean by resources, Jay? I'm talking about, where do I buy truck parts? Where do I buy tires, right? Where do I do maintenance for my truck? Where do we get oil changes, right? Who can I get to come and work on my truck? What are good mechanics in the area? Who can I rely on when my truck breaks down the road? So these are all things that you need to keep in mind down the road when you do buy your own dump truck, right? You need to have those resources already in place so that when you do have your truck, you're ready to go and you're ready to solve those issues immediately. Now, with that being said, guys, I just gave you the upsides. We got experience, we got money, contacts, connections, and resources. Now, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna do a video of whether you should buy your own truck first before actually driving for somebody. I'll give you the advantages and I'll leave it up to you. So with that being said, check out that video, advantages of buying my own truck first. You already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep the wheels rolling, the cash flowing, and I'll see you on that video.